Hello, all, and welcome to episode 4. We're going to stop with the numbers now. Welcome to the latest episode of Listen to the Drummer. And this week we're talking Rick and Morty because it's sick and everyone loves Rick and Morty. So, yeah, season 4 review. Let's go. So, we're back with a new Rick and Morty season, new Rick and Morty finale, new Rick and some new Morty on the side. You know, bit of a garnish to the Rick. Yeah, season 1 to 3. If you haven't watched Rick and Morty at this point, please do. It's probably the best animated comedy around. It's definitely the smartest one. Yeah, it's great. It's pretty awesome. It's funny as hell. But yeah, we're here to talk about season 4. So we're gonna do what we did with Clone Wars, except this isn't a full show. This is just a season 4 review. So I'm gonna go good, bad, and then my overall thoughts. This episode probably isn't gonna be as long as last week's one. I think we need a bit of a break after that 40-minute monstrosity of recommendations that you should watch. So yeah, let's go. What's good about season 4? It's still hilarious, as all of the other seasons are. The only difference I'd say this season is it's more single adventures, as opposed to there's not really any kind of wow episodes. There's none that I'm just going to put this out there now. There's going to be spoilers in this video. So, soz. There's not really any wow episodes like there is with seasons 1 to 3. Like, you'll have something like the Rick Atlantis mix-up where it's equally dramatic as it is funny. And there's kind of like an overarching theme throughout a couple of episodes in the previous seasons. But, yeah, with this one it is just single episodes. It's just single adventures. Classic Rick and Morty adventures. Yeah, they're just pretty straightforward most of the time, but they're good. I think the whole point of the season was to bring it more back to basics because they had so many episodes. Especially they had like the big episode in season 3 where with Evil Morty and everyone was like, oh, it's gonna come back in season 4 and it's gonna be amazing. But I think they just wanted to keep it more of like an individual kind of just a Rick and Morty adventure, like just individual adventure episodes. Just bring it back down to basics, so that when they do bring that back, it's gonna be really cool. It's gonna be really fun. What else would I say about the show? There's not a bad episode. I wouldn't say there's been a bad episode throughout the entire show, though. I think there's been episodes that have been not as good as others, but I don't think there's a bad episode at all. And this season is probably the most consistent out of all of the seasons. Yeah, every episode in this season is just good. It's just funny. It's just solid. The finale is a really good episode. It's probably my favorite episode in the whole show. The finale is really good. It's an amazing episode. It's probably in the top 5, maybe 10 episodes for the whole show for me. But even then, I wouldn't say it's an episode that's a wow. Like, it's just really funny and it's got a bit more dramatic impact than the rest of them. But I wouldn't say it's like a Rick Atlantis mix up with like a massive plot twist at the end, or kind of like the end of season 2 where Rick gets arrested. Like, it's nothing like that. Some really cool concepts for the episodes as well. Like, there's some I'm not saying that some of the episodes have been generic so far, because none of them have, but just some of the stuff, like the storylines in this show, have been so wacky that it kind of baffles me. Like the whole snake episode, that it's just the idea of that is just so funny, and the dragon one. I know a lot of people don't like that episode. It's actually the lowest rated Rick and Morty episode ever on IMDb, but I actually quite like it. I think it's just a funny episode. Yeah, some cool concepts, amazing finale, not a bad episode, some hilarious single adventures. One more thing I want to say is most scenarios created in this season, a lot of them are like new scenarios that would be a welcome addition to come back to. Like the episode with the cat that can talk, and the cat and Jerry go on holiday, and it turns out the cat has done something really bad, but we don't know what it is. So that something like that would be cool to come back to. Clone Beth makes a return, which I actually did not see coming. I didn't think that out of all of the stuff in season 3, I didn't think that would be the first thing that they brought back. I mean, that's what's so genius about the show is they pointed towards Evil Morty, and then Clone Beth's the one that's coming back. So, and it works. So, who cares, you know? Now in terms of the bad, I wouldn't say that I've not got really much bad to say. The only things I have really are there's not as many wow episodes, like, and I do think as much as it doesn't bother me, and as much as I don't think it ruins the show, like in my head the show is still a 10 out of 10. It always has been. It does make this season a little bit weaker than the other 3. Purely just because it's got dramatic and moments, and the end is like it like really hits home and is quite sad. But I reckon if it just had one episode like a Rick Lantis mix up or something like that, I'd probably be like, oh yeah, season 4 was amazing. But I'm just like, season 4's great, like season 4's excellent, you know what I mean? But I'm not sure. But I reckon that's probably due to the fact that it was after season 3 they got commissioned for 70 more episodes, but for seasons 1, 2, and 3 they would make the season, and then they didn't know if there was going to be another one, so they would make the season and they would have an episode like a big episode, because they would kind of have to, but now they don't, so they can kind of stretch those episodes out, like scatter them around, like scatter those kind of big moments out throughout the however many episodes they got left. Like they still got another 60 episodes commissioned for them. So yeah, we'll see what happens, because they've got so many storylines that they can go back to, and so many characters now, and they just keep on coming up with crazy, wacky ideas. Like this show's, I think this show's genius. I like it. It's just a great comedy at the core of with everything else. The writing's amazing and everything else. Yeah. Other than that, I don't have really much bad to say about the season. Really, it's been one of the best things I've seen on TV all year, as it always is when Rick and Morty comes out. I love this show. to put it simply, I think it's awesome. I think it slaps. Definitely up there for one of my TV shows of the year. So yeah, overall, I'm gonna give this season a 9 out of 10, and the only reason it doesn't get a 10 out of 10 because the other 3 seasons are 10s, and this one I think is just a little bit worse than the other 3. But it's still been amazing. It's still a 9 out of 10. It's still like better than most, like nearly everything I see on TV. So, yeah, like it's probably the weakest season of the show, but it's Rick and Morty, so it's still the best animated comedy around. I'm buzzing for season 5. I'm so excited to see where the show goes. In terms of my favorite episodes of the season, Return of the Jerry has got to be definitely my favorite by quite a long way. That episode was fantastic. And then a close second is probably the Vat of Acid episode. because I love that show. I love that episode so much. That's a quality episode. I really like the first one, Edge of Morty, Rick Pete. That's a really good one. Rattlestar Galactica, that's the one with the snakes. I really like the second half of this season. It's just coming to me now how good I thought the second half was. Like, the first half was good, but I don't know, the second half really hit home the single adventures for me. Even Sheldrick of Moor, like, that episode is the second lowest rated in the season, but I really liked that episode. I thought that episode was hilarious, and Rick's like god complex in that episode was awesome, and yeah. But Rick Turner the Jerry and the Vat of Acid episode, definitely the two best. And yeah, I still think season 2 and 3 are the best. Yeah, honestly, if you haven't seen this show at this point, like, what are you doing? You can watch it all in like 2 days, and it's all on Netflix. Well, season 4 will be at some point, and it's just an incredible show. But I'm kind of sick and tired of telling people that it's amazing, because you just have to watch it. It's such an easy show to watch that I'm kind of... It's one of those shows that I feel like everyone recommends to everyone. So I'm just kind of like, watch it. If you haven't watched it by now, then just... yeah. But yeah, Rick and Morty season 4, 9 out of 10. Still a 10 out of 10 show, though. I just think it's probably the weakest. In terms of the season rating, I'm going to give it a 9. And that concludes our review of Rick and Morty season 4. Next week, I'm going to potentially do something a bit different. But we shall see, and I'll leave that in the pipeline, and... we can speculate about what that's going to be. Ooh. But yeah, what did you think of season 4? Did you think it was pretty sick? Because a lot of hardcore Rick and Morty fans haven't actually taken to this season as well as they've taken the other 3. So yeah. If you have any thoughts on it, let me know in the comments and all that jazz. Like the pages, subscribe to the channel. We're going to be posting every week. Like I said, hopefully 2 episodes will start soon. But yeah, who knows? But yeah, and as promised, I will eventually finish Game of Thrones at some point. Not the show, the book. I'm reading the books, and I'm gonna finish them. That was my New Year's resolution, and I've nearly finished the first one. So we'll get that at some point. But yeah, anyway. Listen to the drummer, like the socials, comment, subscribe. In a bit.